Hello everyone, I'm back with another video. I hope you are all doing fantastic, staying sane and healthy, and taking care of yourself. So today I thought I would sit down and make a video about 10 things that you probably need to hear right now. I don't care how great your life is right now. Well, I do. I'm happy for you. But everyone can always use a few great reminders. So that's what I'm here to do today. I have a list written out on my laptop just so I don't forget about them, but I know the world is extremely crazy right now and it is so sad and it feels a bit overwhelming. But I heard someone else say that if all of our energies and vibrations are so low right now because of COVID and all of the terrible things happening to humans right now, because of the riots, because of all of the protests, nothing will improve if all of our energies and vibrations just stay low and feed off of that. And I know that sounds like so spiritual and woo-woo, but it's so true. And I really resonated with that quote. And it made me think like, yes, I am allowed to feel overwhelmed, to feel really sad, but it's also important to still work on myself through all of this so that I am still creating my own ideal life while also contributing to a better world. But this video is not to talk about what's going on in the world. We have so much information and education at our fingertips that'll let you do your own research, but instead this is meant to inspire you guys to still do things for yourself and to feel good. So I've been feeling inspired lately because I have been watching some other people's videos and I hope that mine does that for you. Through a lot of this, I'll be using some terminology that relates to manifesting and the law of attraction. And if you're not super familiar with what that is, it's essentially just realizing that our thoughts have power to create what we want and that whatever we're thinking and feeling is what we're attracting. So it's the ability to change those feelings, change those thoughts to attract what we want. This isn't going to be like a manifestation law of attraction 101 video though, so if you want that, literally search it on YouTube and you'll find a million great videos all about it. This is related but a little more generic, so I want to share these 10 things that you need to hear right now. And if you stumbled upon this video randomly, it's a sign. It was on purpose. It was not an accident. So stay tuned. Okay, number 1, you're allowed to feel it. You're allowed to feel all the emotions you're feeling right now, every day, everything you've ever felt. All of our emotions are validated and for some reason, especially right now, the anger, the fear, the worry, the anxiety, all of it. But we need to recognize these feelings, find out where they're coming from, why we're feeling them, and then replace them. Replace them with inspiration. So if you're angry because of what's going on, that should inspire you to do something better. Or unrelated to the events happening now. Maybe you wake up with anxiety and you're feeling down on yourself. Recognize why you're feeling that. Maybe you have a million things to do today. Okay, cool. What will make me feel better? How can I raise my vibrations and raise my energy? Again, you're allowed to feel everything, but you're also meant to feel good a majority of the time. So don't get hung up on those low feelings, but create the high feelings for yourself. You know what makes you feel good. Number 2, it's kind of 2 things in one. So it's A, to slow down, and B, to stop saying that you don't have time. You do have time. I hope that during quarantine, it kind of forced a lot of you guys to slow down and recognize that you don't need to be in a rush and so busy 100% of the time. We're in this world that everyone takes pride in being busy. And when someone says they're busy, someone else is going to say they're busier. And it's like this competitive thing about busyness, which is stupid. Like, I'd rather not be super busy and have time to do what I want to do. And you do have that time. So if you think that you're so busy that you can't hang out with friends, take care of your priorities, do what you want to do, take time for yourself, exercise, read, learn, meditate, like all of these things, like I want you to actually sit down, like for real, take a seat, pull out a notebook. I want you to map out every minute of your day and you will realize you do have some time. And for the 1% of you that are actually busy working every minute that you are awake, someone's got to say it, but you should probably reevaluate your life. Should you be applying for different jobs that maybe make more? You know your worth. You know what you can do. Should you be waking up earlier to create that time for yourself? We only need like 6 hours of sleep. Do you have a friend that can maybe help you out with chores? There are options and ways to make more time if you are that small percentage that is actually working every minute of your life, which is very rare. So for those of you that are working a typical 40-hour work week, you still have time to call that family member. You still have time to journal, to meditate for 3 minutes when you wake up, to take care of your health, whatever it may be, you do have time. Slow down, step back, reevaluate, and think about it. You have to take time to do the things that bring you joy in order to attract more joy into your life. That's just the way it works. I didn't make the rules. Number 3, love yourself. Seriously, just freaking love yourself. It can be a process, but it's worth that process and working on that. Tell yourself every day when you wake up, I love myself. Tell yourself randomly throughout the day when you glance at yourself in the mirror, looking good. I love me. It sounds so lame, but the more you tell yourself it, the more you're gonna believe it. And the more like you actually realize how much you do love about yourself. And you might start to notice the little things. Like I've always been like kind of self-conscious about how little my lips are. And like I think I have small teeth. But recently I've just been saying I love myself. I've been telling myself that I have a beautiful smile. And then you know what? I got complimented on my smile like 3 days in a row. It's because I believe it. So I'm putting that into the universe and other people are believing it too. And you know what? No one else is gonna love you until you love yourself. Number 4 is to be grateful for what you have right now, no matter what it is. It could be worse. If you are feeling so low, like you've hit rock bottom and you're just drowning in this misery, you're only going to make it worse. My best friend Bailey introduced my mom and I to a song called It Could Be Worse by a band called Arkansas. You should look it up. It's so cute. It really does put stuff into perspective for you. And it's a good thought to have. Although our feelings are still validated, so when you're feeling sad, you deserve to be sad. But again, recognize the feeling, realize what's causing it. I like to recognize that it could be way worse and then replace that feeling. So yeah, when I hit a car a few months ago, I was really mad at myself. I couldn't believe that I hit a car. I knew my insurance was gonna go up. I was just feeling really frustrated. And then I was like, wait, it could be so much worse. I could have hurt someone. I could have totaled my car. I could have totaled their car. I could have hurt myself. I could have hurt Lolly. She was in the car. All of these things, like it just could have been way worse. I could have died, but I'm still here. I still have a car. Yeah, my insurance went up, but that's not the end of the world. It happened for a reason. And you know what? I'm dang grateful that I am alive and that I have that car, that I'm still able to drive, that I can afford insurance in the first place, that my dog is with me, that I was able to go through that experience on my own, realize my strength, and get through it. That's just one small example, but really whenever you recognize that situations could be so much worse and being grateful for where you are, no matter what it is, even if it is a bad scenario, being grateful that it's happening because you know something better is gonna come out of it. And just thanking God, like, you know what? Thank you for this moment in time and reminding me that there's experiences in my life that will teach me lessons and help me grow. Thank you. And truly, the universe and God are never going to give you more when you're not grateful for what you already have. Again, it's just how it works. Okay, number 5 is that you can choose to be happy. I think there's this really common thing that we all do where we think, I will be happy when I get that new job, or I'll be happy when I make $10,000 more, or when I lose 10 pounds, when I meet my soulmate, etc. We always have this, if this happens, then I'll be happy. But really it's the opposite. You choose to be happy, you choose to feel joy, and everything starts lining up in your life. And I know a lot of the things I'm saying, they sound so simple and like too good to be true, but it is simple. You know what makes you happy. You know the things that you can do every day that bring you joy, even when they sound like a chore. So for example, working out may be something that you dread, but when you do it, how do you feel after? Typically we feel accomplished. We feel happy that we did it. Our bodies thank us, and it's a pretty good feeling. And the more you do it, the more you don't dread it. Or another example for me was meditating. So I always felt like, oh, it's a waste of time. Like, I don't want to sit down and do nothing when I have so much to do today, so many things I could be doing in place of those 20 minutes sitting still. But then I slowed down, I incorporated meditating into my everyday life. I recognized how much joy it brought me because it made me feel calm, centered, in the present. I wasn't worrying about my future or thinking about something over and over again that happened in my past. I was truly in the present, and this feeling brings me joy. Dancing brings me joy. I will just blast a song. Right now, my favorite song to dance to is Sunday Best. so good. And he's talking about feeling good. And that song just raises my energy on its own. Just listening to it and like dancing to myself, grooving, like I know what brings me joy. You know what brings you joy. And you can choose to do more of those things to make yourself happier on a day-to-day basis. And then those other things that you think will make you happy will come into your life if they're meant to be. Okay, number 6 is to just go for it. Whatever that is for you, just do it. If you're feeling drawn to something and you can't stop thinking about it, you want to do it so bad, and it feels right, and it feels good to think about doing that thing, you're probably meant to be doing that thing. That is probably God leading you towards your life mission. This was another quote that resonated with me that I listened to in another video where someone said, a lot of us just can't explain that gut feeling whenever we know we're supposed to be doing something more, or we know that we're just like meant to be at a certain place at a certain time. And that may be because we're all here for a mission that God gave us, or whatever higher being you believe in. And throughout our lives, things are lining up for us so that we can accomplish this mission. So just go for it and just do it. Okay, number 7 is that nothing has to be permanent. This was a big thing for me when I moved to California because I kept having these what ifs. So I was feeling drawn and pulled to come to San Diego specifically, and I couldn't explain why. I'd always wanted to live somewhere with a warm climate and a beach, but I couldn't explain why it was San Diego and not Florida, not the Carolinas, not Texas, etc. I could not explain it. I feel like I was being drawn here. But I had this like what if in my head over and over again. What if I hate it? What if I move there and I change my mind? What if everything falls apart? What if I can't afford it? What if I lose my job? What if? And first of all, it does us no good to sit on these worries, and then we have to think positively and think, what if it does work out? But also, if it doesn't, it's not the end of the world. It doesn't have to be permanent. If I were to have moved out here and hated it that first month, it didn't have to be permanent. I could have moved right back to Illinois. If you're in a job right now that you hate, tell yourself that it's temporary. It's not permanent. You will find something better when the timing is right. Nothing has to be permanent. Number 8 is you are what you think. Your thoughts have so much power. So much power. And everything you're thinking, you're attracting. So make your thoughts good so you create a good reality. If you're always thinking like, oh, I'm not worthy, nobody loves me, why can't I find a soulmate? You're making that your reality. You're making it harder for the universe to give you a soulmate and to give you loving people in your life. If you're telling yourself that you're ugly and that you're fat and that you hate something about yourself, God is hearing this. The universe is hearing this and not gonna help you change that. Whereas if you were to say, I love my body, I'm fit, I eat healthy because I take care of my body, the universe is gonna click with that and put healthier opportunities in front of you. You have to think it to believe it, so the universe believes it and makes it happen. That is why positive affirmations are so important and life-changing. Number 9 is you are worth everything. All of your desires that you want, you're worth it. You are worthy of that soulmate, the desired home, your dream life, the vacation, even just the shoes or your health. You are so worthy of it all. Forget about your past, forget about the excuses. God wants us to live abundantly. Why else would he have created a world for us to live on where we can literally create our ideal lives with our thoughts? He created the law of attraction and manifesting for us because God wants us to live abundantly. He wants us to live beautiful lives and have fun and be full of joy every day and spread that light to others, which leads me to the 10th one. God has a plan for you. It is bigger than any of us can imagine. He put you here on purpose, designed you to love, to spread your light, to be vibrant. And he has that big mission for you that I talked about earlier. We all do. And he's constantly leading you to accomplish that mission if you'll let him. If you go through this list, you slow down, you feel your self-worth, you love yourself, you're grateful for everything in your life. You feel your emotions, but you choose joy and you create more joy. You think those positive thoughts, you go after what you want. You will create the life of your desires, and we'll all contribute to each other. We'll all spread our light to other people. We'll increase our own energies, increase their energies, feed off of each other's vibrations, and create a better world in general. Okay, that is all. I hope that this was helpful and inspired some of you. If it did, let me know in the comments below. If you have any questions, I'm also happy to answer them. And if you have any video ideas for me, I would love to hear them in the comments below. I'm still going to continue doing some vlogs. I don't do a ton of sit-down videos just because I have to be really inspired with my idea to make them. and vlogs are just more fun for me. But I do feel really good when I have a great idea to sit down and share with you guys. But with everything that's going on in the world right now, it didn't feel right posting these fun vlogs versus something more serious and hopeful. So that's why I wanted to post this one first, but I will still be doing the vlogs, like I said, not only because they're fun for me to make, but also because I have been getting some DMs that I really appreciate from people saying how I've inspired them to either make that move to somewhere they've been wanting to go, or that I've made them really excited because they are moving to San Diego and it looks fun through my vlogs. I've been helping people with some moving tips and just talking to people about my experience. So that is also why I will continue to share the vlogs. But if you have any other ideas, I'd love to hear them. I'm gonna wrap this up here. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you all have a fantastic day, and I will see you next video. Love you, bye!